Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, it doesn't.
No, that's wrong.
Scissors! And there's the one thing I do remember, the scissors was the
Are
difference.
the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
Yep.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases.
Sorry,
and
it's
this
one of the very few things that I remember about this murder case. It's the scissors.
How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything.
Yep.
But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Yep. There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference. Victim's fatal injury.
I got it!
Well, it's a 50-50 shot.
The cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
Yep. Or
But
several.
Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method?
Very odd.
And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
What?
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
I have to agree with you on that one.
Are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Yep. That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference, how she was suspended, what was used to suspend her.
I got it!
Because it was the...
Do you remember what the killer used to
Extension cord.
suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
Yep.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually
Jesus.
one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
Pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is... I think I figured it out. I think I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. Because Chihiro was her friend, was a girl, was her lover. Was a girl.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gakko, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Komatsuna Taro, Takafune Drono, Uchida Naohie, Hiya, Takeshi Masamune, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it. All man names.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
Yeah.
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl!
Jesus Christ.
The movie side of me just hates it! But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-blood fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles?
The cooking metaphors, Jesus.
I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
Jesus.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
That does make some amount of sense.
It does.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class, envy of the entire world scissors.
Okay, whatever.
Jesus.
There still aren't any in the
Or
school.
Genocide Jack, excuse me.
Are you sure about that? Da 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 da!
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot! So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
Jesus.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But
Kind of,
the
yeah.
body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. There's only one. Who could it be? The only other one who read the file. That wasn't Makoto.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you? ...
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it? ...
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
Pretty much.
Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Huh, suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room. That's pretty
You
suspicious.
wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say?
Pretty much.
The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
Oh,
on
Hifumi.
the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
What could it? There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. And you make it clear to everyone. A new element. Fine, I'll read it out again. Next, we're gonna add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot, hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize the weak spot, and then you can use that as a truth bullet. So, blah, 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 blah. Da-da-da. I'm sorry, I'm just not reading it. Good luck, have fun. I do remember that. I did not like them because it gets really hard towards the end. A lot of people fights.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Oh shit.
But he was acting weird.
There, that's how you do it.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it.
I'm sure you do.
Natural reaction for any guy.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
you wish you'd taken me with you.
Hearing Byakuya's comment with Chihiro being a girl, there is a security contradiction there, but it doesn't make sense how we could have known before we even found it. Okay, I mean, there's a contradiction there.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found
Shit.
the body.
Shoot! Ah! Damn it! Hang on.
So, you said Byakuya was acting, but he was acting.
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's unnatural. The victim was Chihiro, so of course I would suggest
Damn it.
we check. There was no time for. What's so strange? You wish you'd taken me with you.
I think actually I might have to highlight her comment.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found, but he was acting.
If you're presented with.
Well, yeah, because you didn't find the body yet, so how could you possibly have known? How could you have, yeah, exactly, okay, sorry. How could you have known that Chihiro was the victim if you didn't know who the victim was?
I'll tell you what's so strange about that.
Yeah, go ahead, Makoto.
Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Yep.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Why?
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The difference between this case and the other Genocide Jack murders, the evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there. What could it be? Ah, it's a good question, because I don't remember. Oh, damn it! I hate this so
The difference
much.
between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors.
True.
And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
True.
But Chihiro was suspended with. It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
Extension
That's right.
cord.
It absolutely was.
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
Good question.
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Damn it! Damn it, I
Obviously,
totally
somebody else
forgot.
must have had it hidden away somewhere.
No. The proof that Byakuya did it is hidden within the rope. I guess it's possible. First, the item she had been bound with was used like a rope. Was it actually? No, it wasn't. Byakuya's rope. Blah 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 blah. Right.
The difference you want me to explain when I want to kill.
I'm zooming through this because I was stupid and totally forgot about
Then
it.
there must be something.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it
Okay,
from?
first we're gonna get rid of that
I've
white
never
line.
seen that rope before in my life.
Nope. Because it was the extension cord. I do remember that.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, You've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you?
Yep.
And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Well, that's what all signs point to. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. His face doesn't look very calm, I'll be honest. Or unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
We kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know.
That's true.
But still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Your tone about it bothers me. Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but what does that mean? Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. The extension cord. It's gotta be the scene of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off your guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
What could be the proof? Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys and the girls' lockers. What could it be?
I got it!
The posters!
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Genocide Jill with the important comments, of course.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Right.
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved.
I got it!
There you go, because it was moved to
The
a different
stain
room.
on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
Clearly.
Why would anyone do that?
Move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Good question.
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
That's a good question.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
I kind of agree.
I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? I wonder. Broken e-handbook.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Yep.
Ah, I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer after all.
He can't do that though.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
There we go. That's not true. It's broken. He has the broken handbook.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one.
Exactly.
In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook! The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring!
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
I am never wrong, Hifumi.
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Why? Why, Taka? Why? Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room, and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait! Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Yay!
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Yay! Class trial break.